know what will happen between Russia and Ukraine. But as we saw over the weekend, President Biden has made it clear that there will be a strong American response if Russia invades Ukraine or further invades Ukraine. We should keep something in mind here, which is before this begins, how do we define victory there? What is the goal of that response, of those consequences for Russia? Now, one goal is very obvious. The primary goal is to stop the war from happening. So if the threat of a strong American response succeeds in getting Putin to back down, either directly or indirectly, then that's a victory. But if Putin doesn't back down and does send thousands of troops into Ukraine, what is victory for the United States? What is Biden trying to accomplish? How can he be judged on this? So, for example, is the victory simply to push those troops out of Ukraine? Is the victory to push all of Russia's presence out of Ukraine, which would include Crimea and Donbass? Does the victory mean crafting a stable democratic government in Kiev, in Ukraine? Does it mean regime change in Moscow? These things may sound outrageous, but remember, in Iraq, there were constantly these moving targets which justify the longer and longer presence in the eyes of the Bush administration particularly. That's what we need to be wary of in Kiev. Not that we should do nothing, because it seems to me that to let Putin just roll tanks down into Kiev from Russia is not a good idea. But what are we trying to accomplish here, and when would the mission be over? We have to think through those questions before we respond to whatever it is Putin is going to do.